This is my second trip using the Fastpack 40 with all my camping gear, and I've also used it on a few runs. It doesn't have a huge amount of use, but maybe something like 100 kilometers on it. So I feel like I've got a few things to say about it. This is a pretty low volume pack. It's claimed at 40 liters. I don't know if that's the main compartment or everything together, but it's definitely big enough for me to carry a minimal kit in the mountains. I think it weighs right in about 1.5 pounds. So 700 grams or something like that. In terms of what I like about this pack is the overall design. So, you know, roll top, lots of accessible storage. The main feature of a bag like this is the running style harness that, you know, keeps the bag quite up on your back. It does come with a little hip strap that's removable. The overall design, the fit, the size, and the comfort have been very good. The harness is very comfortable. I get zero soreness from it. The macro design, I think, is really good. There are some problems with the bag though, and that's for sure. There's the execution of some of the smaller scale things that I think are off. First of all, they've incorporated this side zipper into the pack to be able to access your gear, which is not a bad idea. But the reality is, I think most of the time, and most people are just gonna use the roll top because it's so much quicker. They used a terrible, cheap, tiny zipper. So this thing it kind of freaks me out. It's in a really important part of the bag, so there's a lot of stress on there. It means the bag rolls up in a pretty awkward way, and you can see already here, the stitching's pulling apart. Similarly, the front pocket's in a nice place design-wise. With a non-waterproof zipper, this is gonna be a sieve. Then you do have a nice feature, which is kind of a wallet key compartment on the side here. But again, tiny little zipper, put in a very awkward place. Maybe build-wise, it's just easier. But I just wouldn't put something like that there. It's very awkward. Sometimes there's quite a bit of tension on it. It has these side compression straps that you can adjust and tweak and put in different places with these kind of, even the main harness has these kind of adjustable, this sort of daisy chain and these plastic adjusters, which brings me to my biggest problem with this bag is that the compression system is also the roll top strap. First of all, if I want to change how tight or loosen the compression strap to get a bottle in or something like that, I have to loosen from the top, work all the way down, loosens the roll top. So, you know, in my mind, this should just be two separate things, like on most packs. And the worst part of this design is the buckle system that they use here and this little plastic clip. The design of this means that it often pops out of there. So that just drives me crazy. You know, I'm closing my bag, I cinch it down. It doesn't really it's hard to say which way you want to put the clip because either way it puts a weird twist in it. Then I'm tightening it from underneath. This thing just drives me crazy. And if you're gonna, you know, cinch down the bag and then it pops out, then you've got to fight to get the webbing back in. In the summer, it's just kind of a minor annoyance. When it would get cold out, that would literally drive a person crazy. And then the last part, which I think is the biggest problem, I already have the stitching from the harness around here popping. There's a really strange angle here at the top of the harness. The stitching and the material is starting to rip there. Now remember, this is my second trip, 4 full days on it by the end of today, and I've got stitching that's popping. True throughout the whole pack. Again, if you go to the side zipper, stitches are gonna pop, it's gonna be gone. So that's bad. The zipper's not the greatest in my mind. The weakest bungee cords I've ever seen in my life. This is where I keep my bear spray. I like it to be secure, like it's never gonna fall out, but if I pull hard enough, it's gonna come out. So I sewed this on myself. So that's my take on this bag. The design concept is there, but the overall execution and testing and maybe some iterations to just make sure it was a really polished product aren't.